shot himself. Damn right you read the title. You see the thumbnail. Asking yourself, what the fuck is Punches talking about? The hell he's talking about that Devin Haney dropped the ball. That nobody was ever set up to win like Devin Haney. Let me explain. When was the first time you heard the name Devin Haney? When was the first time you heard? When was the first time you saw Devin Haney? Young kid, working with legendary boxing personnel, working with legendary fighters, working with legendary trainers. The Roy Jones Jr. of the world, the Zab Judah, the Floyd Mayweather Sr., Roger, Jeff, everybody in the TMT gym, sparring with the best of them in a very young age. Matter of fact, let me tell you like this. Devin Haney was probably the first social media sensation out of all the fighters. Devin Haney got co-signed by the most recognized fighter at that time, especially that time, and probably still in the sport of boxing, Floyd Mayweather. Recognized. Godfather, Zab Judah. In the lead up to Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, the fight of the century, Floyd Mayweather had Devin Haney's name in his mouth. Free promotion all around the world. And he had Earl Spence' name in his mouth too. But guess what? Earl Spence ain't dropped the ball. He ain't dropped the ball. Earl Spence went skyrocket. Everybody was paying attention to Earl Spence. You remember when Keith Top Thurman was going at Floyd Mayweather and Floyd Mayweather said, yo, I got this guy. How about Earl Spence? Stop thinking Earl Spence. Boom. He ain't dropped the ball. Earl Spence was exciting. Was knocking people out. Getting the fights. He ain't even had to say nothing. Just got co-signed for Floyd Mayweather and boom. Shit. After that, people was going at Keith Top Thurman. You ducking Earl. That was the power. Around that time, that was the power of the voice of Floyd Mayweather. Earl Spence ain't dropped the ball. If you look at the videos before with Devin Haney, they rank millions. They rank in the mills. Over 500,000, over 700,000, million. Just Devin Haney was set up to be the next. Devin Haney was set up to be the golden child. Devin Haney was set up to the point when we talking about stadiums, a guy like George Camboso talking about stadium. At this point, we should be talking about Devin Haney in the Raiders Stadium. Devin Haney should be bigger than what he is because of the co-signers, because the way that he was set up. Train, be around fighters, be around the legend, be around Floyd. Matter of fact, he had more of a startup, I'm talking about in promotion, than Gervonta Tank Davis. If Gervonta Tank Davis could rack a 14,000 in Atlanta, that should be Devin Haney should be racking double by this time with the promotion and the cosign that he has received. Why is not like that? Is it that Devin Haney probably dropped the ball because of his style of fighting? Because his style was more like a money man and not like a pretty boy? Maybe it's the style. Maybe he dropped the ball there. Maybe they dropped the ball that you didn't sign with Mayweather Promotions and you just signed with Eddie Hearn when they did all the work in terms of promoting and giving you the skills. Because I'm telling you like this, working with Mayweather Sr., he got you right. He got that right. Everybody was paying attention to Devin Haney. Mayweather, Devin Haney, the protege. Now, we all know Gervonta Tank Davis, yeah, but he's really the protege of Adrian Broner. You know, Mayweather just took him from him, but he's really the protege of Adrian Broner. Devin Haney was a protege of the Mayweathers. That Mayweather gym, TMT gym. If Gervonta Tank Davis is the goods, because I did a poll. I said, what fight the fans really want to see? I did a poll in my community, go check it out. Tank versus Loma, Tank versus Ryan, Devin Haney versus Ryan, Camboso versus Loma, Camboso versus Haney. And people rather see Tank versus Loma or Tank versus Ryan Garcia. Non-title fights. What has Devin Haney done business-wise? And you can't put it all on business because, of course, he got business handlers and stuff like that. And I'm not going to say, yo, he put him in great position. His dad, Bill Haney, put him in great position. I'm not going to say that they didn't take a little bit of what Mayweather if business-wise have taught him independency and things of that nature, because we got to give him credit. Independence is everything. Freedom is everything, right? But at this point, even though that he's still young, age 23, he should be bigger than all the fighters with who he was with, his circle, his teaching, the upbringing, the coaches around him, the relevant voices, the relevant boxing faces. Even he was speaking, remember that video, that interview that he's speaking to Jay-Z. Nobody was set up like Devin Haney. Devin Haney should not be in a position of where George Kambosos is the emperor and he's looking down, telling Devin Haney, you better perform and entertain me. Whoever is entertaining me, then I'll pick the fight. That should be the other way around. It should be Devin Haney having the stadium, not George Kambosos. It's supposed to be George Kambosos saying, I'm going to get my money with Devin Haney. Where did they drop the ball? Was it that they signed with Eddie Hearn when the build-up at Mayweather was building you up so you could sign with me or sign with your boy Al Heyman? But they went with the money. The money that Eddie Hearn was giving was probably too much, but the money, maybe they didn't see the longevity. Maybe they didn't see the journey. Maybe they didn't see. Now, there's going to be people out there that's going to be like, yo, but Punch. But what had Gervonta Tank Davis? Who had Gervonta Tank Davis fight? I'm going to tell you like this. Gervonta Tank Davis was on the table and Gervonta Tank Davis won the Kambosos fight. He'll take that fight. I think so. Because people call out Gervonta Tank Davis when he really don't got no strap. I just think that with all the promotion and all the marketing on the buildup of Devin Haney, the name, the brand, maybe he wasn't knocking people out. Maybe when everybody had their eyes set on him, he was just not exciting. Versus Santiago, versus Gamboa, Linares, he did all right. Versus Jojo Diaz, you know, he's getting a good enough opponent, but he's not giving you the oh my God or ooh, the ahs. That sense, performance count. He's dropping the ball. There's people also out there that pretend in the YTB scene. I'm just talking about straight in the YouTube boxing community. You know what I'm saying? There's people that are fans, but toxic fans. The same fans that says Devin Haney should do this, Devin Haney should do that. But throughout the years, they said they never subscribed to the zone. Those are fake fans. Because if you was a Devin Haney fan, you'd be like, subscribe to the zone and let's support our guy, Devin Haney. But how are you going to say Devin Haney is this, Devin Haney should get this, but then in a different sentence, you know, you're saying, I don't subscribe to the zone. F Eddie Hearn. You tell your audience and your other fans, Devin Haney fans will say, fuck the zone, but your boy fights on the zone. Maybe it's culture. Maybe it's Devin Haney's culture, because of course people want to talk about race and people want to talk about that boxing is tribal. Is the tribal strong enough? Because if the tribal is strong enough, when Devin Haney fights, it should be packed. It should be like Gervonta Tank Davis in Atlanta. Or y'all just talking too much and not really showing y'all support the way they are supposed to support. Or this is just to build the narrative and then kick Devin Haney. You know, when y'all want to switch the narrative, just switch on another fighter and kick Devin Haney out. Maybe they're just using him. I have a message for Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? Keep it neutral. Go to entities, and Bill as well. Go to entity that's neutral, that's unbiased. You know? Go to everybody. Like, and Bill Haney is very transparent in the YTBC. You know what I'm saying? But somewhere, they're dropping the ball. When that water was boiling right now, it's not boiling anymore. You can't get nobody into a fight. The WBC situation will happen. I've been saying since day one. Y'all can become a trailblazer. Y'all don't need no belts. Y'all don't need that belt. Y'all don't need the criticism at this age. If you believe in your skills, the money will come. You don't need to chase the money will chase you. If you believe in the skills, the money will chase you. I also said they should have signed with Top Rank. Not because I want them to be a long-term Top Rank. It's because I know what Top Rank could do with young fighters like that and the opportunities. Think about it. You would have gone to that meeting in June. Was it June and July with Top Rank? Yeah, it was June. You could have gone to that meeting, signed a multiple deal contract, multiple fight contract. Get Lomachenko instead of Richard Comey and Lomachenko. Get Lomachenko fight. Probably if you can't beat Lomachenko, and then you would have got the winner of Teofimo Lopez or George Kambosos or whoever. George Kambosos, right, came to fruition. You would have been fighting, and it would have been no Lomachenko around to cut the line. You're gonna go to the 140, and Top Rank got that down pat, down on lock. What's gonna happen? So you can't get the legacy fight. That belt holds no weight. I've been trying to tell y'all, but stick to the belt because the belt is going to give you more money in your pocket. So now you're going to stay with money in your pocket, but you're not going to stay with the type of legacy fights that you need. You're losing momentum since the Mayweather but has helped build the Haney brand. Ain't going nowhere. You're not matching the hype. Devin Haney had the hype, but the performance does not match that type of hype. You understand what I'm trying to say? The performance. Not that he's not boxing well. I'm not saying that he's a great technician. But the fans want to see knockout, especially at that age. They want to see Pretty Boy Floyd. They say they want to take the business model of Floyd Mayweather, and the way Floyd Mayweather did things. Pretty Boy Floyd was a knockout artist. Pretty Boy Floyd was exciting. When he was Pretty Boy Floyd, you ain't never heard Pretty Boy Floyd was boring. That's marketing as well. Got the boring tag. So right there, the boring tag, that's dropping the ball. You got to be exciting. Hype, exciting. Know what people see Gervonta Stan Davis? Because he knocks out. He got highlight reels. What is Devin Haney's highlight reel? To this day, to be honest, is working the mitts with Mayweather Sr. Check the videos out. Those get the most views. What I'm saying is, Devin Haney was set up to be way bigger than what he is. Can you imagine if they would have set? Can you imagine? See, let's say a guy like Teofimo Lopez, it was him and his daddy's mouth. That's it. Can you imagine if it was Floyd talking like that, building him up to Teofimo Lopez like a Devin Haney? Can you imagine Ryan Garcia? Even Ryan Garcia has some help. Going to Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo Alvarez, that relevant voice attached to him, plus what he did in the social media. I just feel like Devin Haney is supposed to be bigger than what he is because of the co-signers and who he was around since a young age. Floyd Mayweather said, I got the best young fighter in the world. It's nothing better than more promotion. And he said it was Devin Haney. At that time, he ain't say Gervonta Stan Davis. Floyd Mayweather said, I got the youngest, best fighter in the world. You should come check him out in the doghouse. They was pumping Devin Haney, not Gervonta Stan Davis. So Devin Haney had a head start. With all these young fighters we talking about, Devin Haney had the head start. Somewhere along the line, everybody caught up. Some people have surpassed. Shakur Stevenson surpassed. T.O. surpassed. Gervonta Stan Davis, Ryan Garcia. In terms of notoriety and things of that nature, nobody had a better head start than Devin Haney. Maybe it's time for y'all to pick up the ball back. But that's the way I see it. I'm just being unbiased, logically, and objectively. Not being on Devin Haney. I feel like he's an extreme talent. I feel like he could be more exciting, and he is getting. I like the fight with Jojo Diaz. I like the fight with Linares. Show a lot of grit, show a lot of growth when he got hurt. could take it, could dish it out, showing us fight by fight that he could bang the last 2 fights. But the other guys are putting in some work. We can't go with the narrative. People can't keep on with the narrative he's being ducked. It's the business of boxing. I believe they chose the money. You choose the money, and the WBC treats y'all like you're a marketing tool for the WBC. But that franchise is their champion in the lightweight division. Drop that belt. Stop paying sanctioning fee, in my opinion. Y'all ain't gonna do it anyway. But use it to go to 140. But they said they don't even want to fight Josh Taylor. Hey, like I told Devin Haney, hey, Devin Haney and his pops, rape the game before the game rape you, I guess. Just go for the money, but don't complain. Don't cap. Ain't nobody ducking. It is what it is. It's the business of boxing. And at least y'all getting y'all bread. At least. I gotta go. Let me know what y'all think, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.